Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! Today, I do actually have a couple things I can yap about. I mean, we also got Bianca's birthday to yap about, but, you know. Hi Steven, Fagoo, that's Chet. This weather's just perfect for a stroll around the island, isn't it? It is. Main thing I can yap about is the Game Awards. They've officially happened at this point. And some of the results are what you'd expect. Some of them make me very disappointed. You're coming along. What you making? What am I doing? What am I doing? Check it out. I'm making a gear tower. Oh yeah, I got the gold gear tower. Oh, I already had the regular one. Oh. So, the game of the year is Expedition 33. Honestly, I'm not that surprised. It could have been Expedition 33, Hades 2, or Silk Song. It really could have been any of those three. Apparently the developers behind Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are starting their villain arcs, because apparently some of them have been complaining that they were robbed at the Game Awards because of Expedition 33 winning so much. But it's a popular game, man. What do you expect? Which does call into question something at the very end. Best art direction, Expedition 33. Yeah, I mean, sure. I personally believe that Hades 2 and Silk Song had better art direction. They just had a better look to them that's going to stand out for years to come. And that's what I think about when I think art direction or graphics in a video game, is will this look good or stand out a decade from now? I don't think Expedition 33 is going to. I don't. Nothing against it. It's a good looking game. It's a fine looking game. But it's not got much style from what I've seen. But, you know, again, nothing against it. It's fine. Like, it's like I said, it's a good looking game. Okay, we got one snowball here. I get the feeling the other one yesterday had just already been taken by dung beetles. We get Best Audio Design. Keeping in mind, this was a category that contained Silent Hill F, a horror game, with amazing audio design. Given it's a horror game. Battlefield 6 won. Like, I'm sorry, what? This is one of the ones I'm disappointed with. There are PS2 games I can think of that had, at least in my opinion, better sound design for a first-person shooter. Black comes to mind. That game's shotgun sounds like a train crash. Like, it sounds punchy and powerful. Like, no, it doesn't sound realistic, but it sure sounds deadly. Battlefield 6 uses kind of just standard run-of-the-mill shooter audio. There's nothing special about it. Oh, here's the other one. Like, I don't understand how Battlefield 6 won. I don't understand how Battlefield 6 won anything. Like, it's a Battlefield game. And I don't mean to, to yuck anyone's yum if they enjoy the Battlefield series. Can I push this up this? Oh, I can. Well, you know what I gotta do is I gotta put a snowman, like, up here somewhere. There's no room up here for a snowman. What am I doing? Making a mistake. Oh no. How am I gonna get this at? Well, yeah. That was a mistake. Sorry, Snowman. If I find your snowball again, I'll do better. I shouldn't have done that. I thought I'd have room. Best game direction, Expedition 33. Eh. It won a lot of things. It didn't sweep, though. It didn't win every category it's in. Right, I've already done that. Pinky! Hey, I was just thinking about you, Sparkles. Let's talk. Guess what? I was playing single player hide and seek and I won. I'm so bored. Best multiplayer. A category that contained Split Fiction, Peak, Elden Ring Night Rain, Battlefield 6, and Arc Raiders, an AI slop game. Arc Raiders, the AI slop game, won. How? Like, honestly, how? Honestly, legitimately, how? How does an AI slop game win freaking best anything? It should have been disqualified from even being eligible because of it containing AI slop. The Game Awards should be a celebration of real human game design, not slop. Marina! Steven, hey, nice to see you. Let's chat. Getting some fresh air always puts me in a great mood, Talnut. No. Best Narrative, Expedition 33. Personally, I think I would have said Silent Hill F, but it's fine. Best Performance, I don't know these people, but it was an Expedition 33 person. Best Score in Music, Expedition 33. I don't know. I've not heard any music from that game, but Hades 2 and Silksong have some absolutely fantastic music. So, like, if I don't hear music on the level of Hades 2 and Silksong from Expedition 33, I am gonna call that one stolen from one of those two games. Because their soundtracks are phenomenal. Like, I don't think there's a bad track in either game. Best Action, Hades 2. It won something. I mean, given its competition, no crap it was gonna win. Its competition was Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Yeah, Hades 2 was gonna win that one. I'm pretty sure I even predicted that. Like, it's kind of that obvious. Best Action Adventure Game, Hollow Knight Silksong. Thank you for at least giving them that. But again, they didn't really have much competition, now did they? It was literally Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotai, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, a game that I did hear about for like a grand total. Oh, hey, this is exactly something I need. So I'll be buying this. Itch. I think I already own one, but then I come over here. I'm gonna buy the holiday sweater. I'll buy it. And I'm gonna change into the holiday sweater. Bianca's gift. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, I've got all the fossils. Neat, so I literally don't need my shovel out anymore. But yeah, like that was another one where it's just like, yeah, that's gonna win. It's been so cold, my spines are chattering. Did you ever try to distract yourself from the cold by experimenting with fun, warm outfits? I recommend it. It's fair. Best Family Game, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Yeah, I mean, fine. Could have been Sonic Cross Worlds, could have been Mario Kart World. But all three of those are equally viable. Bonanza deserves it. It's a good, solid game. with also a really good soundtrack and should have really been in the running for soundtrack. That game literally has a song with a character just repeating the name of an animal over and over again, and it sounds good. It has multiple songs like that. Like, it's just good. And Breaking Through. If you've never heard Breaking Through from Donkey Kong Bonanza, go listen to it. It is amazing. That is just a fantastic song. Best fighting game. I don't know any of these, but Fatal Fury City of Wolves won. So, yay for them. I don't know if any of those other games are actually better, but given the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is literally just the original Mortal Kombat games, basically, it didn't deserve to even be there, if I'm honest. Maybe I'm being a little harsh, but I don't think so. Game Awards should really be celebrating things that are actively being developed, not things that are just being hastily re-released. You know, especially where they'd already been re-released before. This isn't even the first freaking time. Best independent game. Expedition 33. Yeah. It was going to be. Toot-toot! Super evening, Twinkles. What's the latest? Guess what I want to tell you? 1. You're fab. 2. I mean that. 3. There is no 3. Hey, song! He's been playing that a lot lately. Best mobile game is the horse game, Uma Masumre Pete Derby, or Prete Derby. It won. Which makes something that happens later in this even more sus. Best ongoing game, No Man's Sky. I don't know, I would have given that to Helldivers 2, even Marvel Rivals, but I guess people really suddenly like No Man's Sky. The game that was overpromised and underdelivered, and I still don't think has brought about half of the things that were promised. Like, best RPG, Expedition 33. Yeah. Hey, Sky. It's a perfect place to spend a relaxing evening with a book. Maybe I should read something a bit more mature for a change. Real hard-boiled novel, Queen. You could. Best sports and racing was Mario Kart World. Not really surprised. It could have been Cross Worlds, but Mario Kart World undoubtedly just has more people playing it. Like, Cross Worlds is pretty popular, but it's not, like, over 1 million units sold popular, I don't think. I don't even know how many units of the Switch 2 have sold, but most of them have been the Mario Kart World version. So, you know. Best strategy and sim was the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster, which, given everything else there, is kind of meh. Yeah, that scans. It's basically the best game of a lot of them, from what I understand. Civ 7 has been met with mixed reception from Civilization fans, so if it hadn't been, though, it probably would have won. Best VR AR, I don't know any of these, but the Midnight Walk, sounds good to me. The best adaptation was apparently Last of Us Season 2. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't want to yuck people's yum, but, like, okay. None of those are good, in my mind, but, you know. Good adaptations, anyway. Community support. Baldur's Gate 3 wins again. Another Larian Studios W. Just randomly. Alright, there we go. Let's get this snowman. And some snowflakes. Let's actually build the snowman. I'm gonna build him down here where it's safe. He'll be safe and protected from my menacing ways. At least him being created. I don't know about how he's going to turn out, but in at least being created, apparently rolling through flowers is fine. I didn't know that, so I thought it wasn't. I might be thinking of older games. Because I'm pretty sure in the older games, rolling through flowers was a no-no. Like, it would shrink your snowball. Really makes me question how you're supposed to make the snowball smaller again easily if rolling it through that doesn't work. No. No. Not again. You are not smushing again. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're Gucci. There we go. What is going on, bud? Crafting the perfect snow person isn't a skill that comes easily. I get it. But this is ridiculous. You're not wearing gloves? Did you sneeze when putting me together? Come on! I think you look perfect, my man. I think you should be a little more thankful. Then move on to Best Debut Indie Game, Expedition 33. Everybody saw that coming. I was trying to talk with Gala, but I'll buy the space heater, I guess. Gala! Look it is, Espug. Nice to see you here, Snorty. Let's talk. As little, I thought it'd be fun to live inside a store like this. Now I wonder if I might not be spending too much time in here. Yeah. The funny thing is, they re-added Megabonk, apparently, even though the developers pulled that game out because that category was for first releases, and that studio has actually released another game before. They just rebranded when they released Megabonk. Innovation and accessibility. That category's a joke, but Doom the Dark Ages won it. It's a joke of a category because all of those, like, there's so many games on Steam where you can literally look through the accessibility features of that have, like, more accessibility features to them that released this year. And it's like, okay. And apparently accessibility features these days are... you can adjust the difficulty. I didn't know Plants vs. Zombies Fusion was an exceptionally accessible game because you can adjust the difficulty up or down. Which is another thing I can yap about today, and I might still yap about it. Games for Impact. I don't even remember what that category means, but South of Midnight won it. Which, alright, I don't know what that game is, but that's pretty cool. Best esports game, Counter-Strike 2. I'm honestly surprised that beat out Dota 2 and League of Legends, but whatevs. I'm not upset over it. Just those two are, I feel, more established games. Best esports athlete. I don't know who these people are, so. Best esports team. It wasn't Team Liquid, but they seem to have really fallen off, so, you know, it was Team Vitality. Got the smile on Bianca's face. This birthday party's rocking. Gotta keep the energy going. Let's get this party loud. Let's open up this pit. I'm not toxic X Eternity. I'm so excited about today. I've been counting down the days. 365, 364, 363, 300. So many numbers. I get to eat cake and unwrap presents. And oh, Steven, you talking to me because you brought me a present? Of course. Here you are. Bam. Oh my gosh, this wrapping is so cute. Time to open it. Wow, wasn't expecting you to get me a coat again. You sure it's okay? I'm gonna take such good care of this. You're seriously the best at choosing gifts. Thanks so much for celebrating my birthday with me. I'll totally never forget it. Yeah. Well, we may as well chill in here with Bianca and Muffy for a bit. Muffy's got like party shades on. Content creator, Moist Critical. He didn't even want it. It was just funny. Most anticipated game, Grand Theft Auto 6. It's the only one I've heard people talking about. No crap. And now we get to the category that I am suspect of. Player's voice. Wuthering Waves. That was a game that lost in Best Mobile Game. And yet it somehow beat Expedition 33, Dispatch, and Hollow Knight Silksong for Player's Voice. How? Like, I'm gonna take this a step further. I'm gonna pull up Steam, and I'm gonna type in Wuthering Waves. I typed in Woof, because that's all I needed to do. Total reviews in all languages, 35,109. Respectable number of reviews. Recent reviews, 7,977. Expedition 33. Total reviews in all languages, 144,500. Recent reviews, 25,553. So in other words, the recent reviews for Expedition 33, which I believe is the last 2 weeks, almost matches the total reviews for Wuthering Waves. How? How? Like, I don't understand. How did they lose? Like, even going to Silksong. Total reviews in all languages, 338,940. Recent reviews, 58,275. How did a game with less total reviews than Silksong has recent reviews? How did it win? Like, there had to have been something fishy go on. And, like, I get it. The Game Awards mean nothing. And really, like, they're not worth even remotely getting upset over. That is so sussy. But I'm gonna head out now. Glad you came to my party. Love the present you got me, too. See you later, Steve. No. Like, that is so sus to me. And I hope people can understand why that's sus. Because, like, the only thing I can think of, first of all, with KK, is in the cool cat puts the hat in my step. Even you ready for me to wail? Let's hear it. Cool. Any requests? I can dial up an old favorite. You can just tell me how you're feeling. I'll groove on it. Leave it up to you, my man. No one's ever requested a song. If you guys want a song, you're running out of Saturdays. I think there's 2 left in this month. Yeah, there is 2 Saturdays left to this year. So if you guys want a specific song played, you gotta let me know. Right on, so I'm ready to roll. Is the mood for a little KK rally. But yeah, my only thought is that it's possible where Wuthering Waves is a mobile game, it's a gacha game, that its player base wasn't all that busy actually playing the game, and thus remembered to go back and vote for rounds 2 and 3, where other games probably didn't. That is the only thing I can think of to make any sense out of it that isn't they paid for the spot to get the award. And that was just the only place where they're like, maybe people won't notice. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. And it's... bleh. But I will say, now that I'm done yapping about the Game Awards, there were a bunch of trailers. The only two that really caught my eye were new Ace Combat game and new Mega Man game. There were some, I was mostly just looking at thumbnails. I didn't actually watch any of the trailers. I didn't watch the Game Awards. I was asleep. Yeah. I have been playing Plants vs. Zombies Fusion after another creator, Nintendo Capri Sun. He's a really cool dude. Go watch his stuff. He's really cool. I know that's like something you should never do on YouTube. I don't care. I'm gonna shout out cool other creators. I'm just gonna do it. He's been around for frickin' ever. He's really awesome. Tim is a stand-up dude and deserves, like, all the love and appreciation. Like, he's a really just stand-up dude. But yeah, he was playing it, and he provided a link to a tutorial to actually download the thing. Which more or less told me I was on the right track when I was going to download it before, when I got sussed out, basically. Effectively, it is a Chinese remake of Plants vs. Zombies, but you can merge plants together, and it's really cool. And it's been translated to English with a unofficial translation patch, because the original creator has no intention of translating it to English. So other people have taken it upon them to do that. Right on, man. Give your pockets a glance. Since you're a boot of the show. I was like, unreal. Thanks for tuning your dad on my direction. No problem, man. No problem. But, yeah, that game is so freaking fun, man. Like, Plants vs. Zombies itself is still just really fun. Oh, this is, oh, that's Marina in there! Look at her! Oh, it's so cute. Oh, that's, I don't know the festival, but it's like a festival in Japan that's referencing. I feel like I just, like, pulled out my Deluxo bug net. Like, flexing. I know I said I was gonna do fencing today, but I kind of feel like I might do it maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I will get back to it. I guess. I just want to catch snowflakes today. Because I'm just yapping, so. But yeah, like, as like an example, you know, you get your sunflower and your pea shooter. Well, let's say you want the twin sunflower. In regular Plants vs. Zombies, you need to unlock the shop, buy the twin sunflower card, and then you're paying like 225 sun to place down the double sunflower. You basically turn one sunflower into two. Your space saving is costing you like 4.5, probably more. No, 4.5 times more to save one line. It's just simply not worth it. Like, the amount of sun you get out of it is not worth the investment. In Fusion, you take a sunflower and you slap another sunflower on it. Ta-da, you get a twin sunflower now. You can also take your pea shooter and slap a sunflower on it, and now your pea shooter shoots sun, which generates 5 sun occasionally when it hits things. You can then take, you know, or you could take your pea shooter. Say you want a repeater. Well, that would usually be a separate card that costs 200 sun. Well, now it's you take a pea shooter and you slap another pea shooter on it. And then you get the split pea, the one that shoots backward, 2 backwards, 1 forward. The shots that go backwards bounce off the house and come back. So it is shooting 3 forward. It's just 2 of them are on a bit of a delay. And you get that by just slapping another pea shooter on there. And then you get the Gatling pea by doing the same thing. Just slap another pea shooter on there. This bad boy can fit so many pea shooters. Like, then you get, say, your cherry bomb. Or you can use it as a cherry bomb. Or you can slap it on your pea shooter, and now your pea shooter is shooting chunks of cherry. And when it ends up dying, or getting a zombie gets close to it, I forget which it is exactly. I think it changes depending on the thing in question. It explodes like a cherry bomb, but the plant stays. And then that goes on a bit of a cooldown. And then you get, like, you get the idea of, like, there's so many things you can do. And there's different solutions for so many different situations. Let's say you want an ice shooter. Well, to do that, you need the ice shroom, because that's ice. You apply the ice shroom to your pea shooter, and now it's an ice shooter. You don't need the coffee bean, which is really nice. It does cost more during the day, which does mean your ice shooter is now more expensive. But they also changed the freeze mechanic so that it now, like, permanently freezes a zombie in place instead of just slowing them when they reach certain thresholds of being frozen. Which is super nice. It's worth being more expensive. And you can do that with your pea shooter. You can do that with your scaredy shroom. You can do that with your puff shrooms. You want, like, piercing ice? Puff shrooms got you. Like, it's so freaking nice, the amount of stuff you can do. And because you don't have the coffee bean and things are just more expensive, that does mean, in a way, that there are a lot of the mushrooms that remain kind of viable into the day stages. Unlike in the normal base game where day stages mushrooms are gone. You can make them work, but you're spending like 100 sun to get your sun shroom. And, you know, you're spending 75 sun for a freaking little puff shroom. Of which the puff shrooms, they're tiny. You can place 3 of them in the same square. Also, how do you get your sun shrooms? Well, you place down 3 puff shrooms, and then you give them a sunflower. And then it becomes 3 sun shrooms in 1 square. Like, it's so nice. I love that so much. And the final thing I have to yap about today is game balance. Mostly pertaining to Pokemon Unite. Because I had seen a post on the Unite Reddit that is well made. It's basically a little slideshow of how this person feels the game could be improved. And I was reading through it. And there's one slide that really, myself and it seems a lot of other people do not like. And that was this person's idea of a rebalance. Which was basically to take almost everything unique about the Pokemon and instead apply that to items and also expanding movesets. So that every Pokemon could potentially do every role. No, I'm sorry, no. That's one that removes all need to purchase new Pokemon. That's bad from just a game perspective because they need to make money to survive. If you've already got your favorite Pokemon and it does every job, you don't need to ever get another Unite license. You're good. You're set. You're golden. You're golden Freddy now. But it brought up the idea of rebalancing the items. Currently, most of the Pokemon use roughly the same item set. You'll get usually one of the big, if it's a special attacker, you'll get one of the big special attack boosting items. Usually the drive lens or the special attack shades. Or not special attack shades. Wise glasses? The ones that just give a % boost to special attack, like a 7% boost. On top of a raw number boost. And if it's a physical attacker, it'll probably end up with the physical attack version of the drive lens. I forget what it's called, but it's the same item just for physical attack and with a smaller raw boost. And the Quick Claw. Because those are just kind of the best items. Often you'll also sometimes see the Muscle Band. Because the Muscle Band is just a generally good item that adds more damage to all of your attacks. You'll see that on some special attackers, because it's just more damage. Now, when I was mentioning this to somebody I talk to decently often, their response was, well, they should buff the defense items to make them viable. It's like, see, that's the problem. Buffing those defense items to make them viable would mean buffing them to the point where they are making the offensive items unviable. Which would mean everybody would just run the defensive items on everything now, instead of only running them, you know, on very specific Pokemon. But like, if you're running like a special attacking defender, you're probably running a Shell Bell. And possibly also the special attack boosting item, like the drive lens. And you're doing that because all of your shields, all of your healing, all of your tanking ability generally builds off of your special attack stat. Now, if they changed it to build off of your defenses instead, a lot of those moves would become immediately pretty busted. But that would be something. But even then, I can't imagine people actively using the defensive items. Namely just down to, well, even if that move scales off of your defense, well, they'd have to be some pretty sizable defense increases to make a major difference to a lot of defenders. Those defenders have a lot of defense already, which is why immediately a lot of those moves will become busted. Like, Vaporeon's heal, Aqua Ring. If I pull up the tier list here, because Pokemon DB has the stats for Vaporeon finally. Aqua Ring at max level is 72% of your special attack per tick of the heal. If that was instead 72% of your special defense, that's almost, well, the special defense would be a 50-point rise of just raw special defense. If it was based off of Vaporeon's defense, which is the higher value, it would be a roughly, I think it's math. It'd be 90 points. It'd be a 90-point increase. Now, they could lower that percentage more and just add a fixed number to the heal. And doing so would probably make something like the Big Root better. Because then, you know, you're not losing special attack by swapping off of the Shell Bell. You know, and given Vaporeon starts with 450 special attack, it's, you know, the Shell Bell is a decent chunk of special attack increase, especially at a level 40 Shell Bell these days. Where is the Shell Bell here? Like, that is, I think it's 28 more at level 40. Level 30, it's 24, so it's only a 4-point difference. But, like, 28 is not an insignificant amount to 450. It's like, what, 5%-ish? Like, that's not an insignificant amount. So, you know, the fact that that is basically boosting your heal by roughly about 5%, on top of giving Hydro Pump a heal as well, that's pretty nice. Water Absorb being 300% of your special attack plus 225 is kind of hilarious. For the barrier it gives you. Like, that's a crazy shield. But, like, that sort of stuff led to Vaporeon being able to not run the potion as its hold item, unlike a lot of healers defenders that have to run the potion because their own self-healing was just not enough. The problem with that, though, is that Vaporeon now also fills the role of a support. Because healing is a support's job. Vaporeon heals for everybody. I mean, part of this as well was to create all of these moves equally balanced. But the problem there comes, how do you balance multiple moves without just making them flat copy-pastes of each other? Quite honestly, I couldn't tell you how to do it. Because you really can't unless you just make them flat copy-pastes of each other. And this person I was talking to was like, well, just make one DPS, the other Alpha Strike. And have them both equal out to the same DPS over like a minute. It's like, okay. So Alpha Strike would always be better then. Because that's what that would mean. Alpha Strike would always be better. You've not balanced anything. And the reason it would be better is, say... Wait, oh, my net. Say, if you've got an attack that over a 10-second cooldown deals... How am I going to work this out? Deals 1,666 damage. Because that is 10,000 divided by 6. And then your DPS attack just simply deals, you know, 10,000, let's say, well, it deals 10,000 over a minute, so it's dealing 166 DPS. If the opposing Pokemon only has, you know, like, let's say, given the cooldown is 10 seconds. If the opposing Pokemon has, say, I missed twice. Let's say they have 3,000 HP. Like, this is super early, and these numbers are pretty low, if I'm honest. You know, they have 3,000 HP. Well, it's going to take you at 166. But I need to do it the other way around. 3,000 divided by 166. That's 18 seconds. With a cooldown of 10 seconds, it's going to take you 10 seconds on Alpha Strike to kill that opposing Mon. Even though over that whole minute, you equalize, Alpha Strike is always better in the short term. A lot of times, Alpha Strike, when you actually sit down and DPM it, will come out weaker, but still be the preferable, stronger thing to be using. Like, I know I've talked about this a lot in the past, but World of Warships comes to mind. Small caliber, rapid fire guns are scary to have shot at you because it's a lot of shells coming in really quickly. But if you really look at what hurts you, what kills you at the end of a match, it's that battleship with a 30-some second reload, smashing you with massive alpha strikes. That's what killed you, not the trickle of nothing. Even though that trickle of nothing actually has like 10 times the damage per minute. Because, quite simply, the Alpha Strike is better. Alpha Strike is generally always better. The only time it's worse is when your Alpha Strike is also less DPS by a significant amount. And both can apply equally. So in a case like in World of Warships, that DPM from that little small ship is bad because it can't apply. Most of its damage is shattering and doing nothing. Meanwhile, that big Alpha Strike is almost all applying. And heaven forbid one of those shells from that battleship bounce or something, because then that battleship main is going to be crying, because instead of dealing like 30,000 damage, they only dealt 24,000. Meanwhile, a light ship is sitting there going, I've dealt 8,000 damage and scored 500 hits. You know. But, like, when it comes to, like, Unite, or any MOBA for that matter, yeah, big Alpha Strikes are probably always going to be the way. Because the faster you can kill an enemy, the less damage is coming back at you. And you can already see that in Unite. Like, here's a case in point from one of my favorite Pokemon, of Phalanx. Its go-to attack for its alternate move, its formation move, is no retreat, which gives you a 25% attack increase, which is pretty substantial. That is a big buff. Even though Beat Up is higher DPS, it doesn't matter. The big Alpha Strike from a no-retreated Mega Horn can one-shot some Pokemon. So it doesn't matter if over an entire minute, Beat Up will output more damage. Because no-retreated Mega Horn is killing them faster. Like, let me find another example. Decidueye. You get a lot of people who are really lazy who use Razor Leaf, usually Razor Leaf and Leaf Storm. That is the DPS moveset for Decidueye. The top build, the one that is actually better, and that more people use, uses Spirit Shackle Shadow Sneak. Because Spirit Shackle can near enough one-shot a lot of things. It doesn't matter that Razor Leaf is higher DPS, and higher DPS against, you know, a spread out group. If that group is in a line, Spirit Shackle is actually stronger because, yeah, and you can position yourself to get that line shot. But, like, it's just one of those things where like the Alpha Strike is simply better. And there's an alternate build here that basically runs Spear Shackle Leaf Storm, because it doesn't really matter what your extra move is. Shadow Sneak just helps you move a little faster, and you know, that's something. Like, you get a little more movement speed. Well done. There's 2 more snowflakes. I missed. Got it. Leaf Storm basically just decreases enemy movement speed. So, like, you know. It's more just a case of, do you want to move faster or do you want the enemies to move slower? That's about it. Hazel! No, I don't need another space heater. I'm good. I want to talk with the resident squirrel. Hazel! What's up, Steven? You're here to shop too? You know, wow. It's the latest. So much effort not to buy everything in here, you know, wow. Wish I was rich. I'd be like, give me this, give me that, give me all of it. Now I can barely afford window shopping. I would give you money if I could. No, sorry, I wanted to talk with the boys now. I don't know why I'm having such bad luck talking today. But let's get this Emperor Butterfly sold. I don't need an Emperor Butterfly. I've been recording for so long. I mean, I had a lot to talk about today. But, yeah, basically, the general thing is that the only realistic way to balance items in Pokemon Unite, have them all be equally viable, would basically be if they're all just so bad that none of them are objectively better than the others. Because the moment they're good, the gap between tanking items and offensive items grows exponentially. And you reach a point where there just is no coming back. But yeah, just wanted to yap about a bunch of stuff today. That is going to be it for today. I'm gonna get our camera zoomed in here. I like this view more. And with that, I say thank you all very much for watching. And hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then.